let's forget all that get-rich-quick nonsense for a minute. Today, we're talking about 6 simple, easy money rules that actually work. These are the kinds of principles that help regular people, build a life that's stable, in control, and frankly, a whole lot less stressful.
So I want to start with a pretty direct question. Just take a second and really think about it. If your income stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, where would you be? Would your financial life actually improve, or would it get worse?
The answer to that question isn't about luck, or what the economy is doing, or even your boss. It really just comes down to one thing: your habits. They are the engine driving you forward or holding you back.
Okay, so where do we even start with all this? Well, we start with the single most important rule. Seriously, this isn't just another tip. It is the absolute bedrock of financial discipline. If you can get this one thing right, everything else starts to fall into place. And here it is. Rule number 1, spend less than you earn. I know, it sounds way too simple, right? But this is the non-negotiable law of personal finance. And listen, you don't have to be perfect at it overnight. Progress, even small progress, is what matters here. I mean, look at the math. It's brutally simple. If you earn $100 and you spend $110, there's no fancy app or budget spreadsheet that's going to save you. But if you earn $100 and spend $99, that one little dollar of difference, that tiny gap, that's where all financial success begins.
All right, with that foundation in place, let's start building on it. These next rules are all about creating a proactive system for your money, the kinds of habits that build momentum almost on autopilot.
Rule number 2 is a total game changer. Save first, then spend what's left. You see, most of us do it the other way around. We get our paycheck, we pay our bills, we go out, have some fun, and then we just kind of hope there's something left over to save. The discipline method flips that completely. You earn, you immediately move your savings goal out of sight, and then you're totally free to spend whatever is left. It's called paying yourself first for a reason. The third rule is a big one. You have to avoid bad debt. Now, not all debt is created equal, right? A loan for your education or to start a business, that can be a smart investment. But debt that you take on just for status, for the newest phone, for designer clothes, for a lifestyle you can't really afford, that stuff is so financially dangerous.
And here's a really simple but powerful gut check you can use for any big purchase. Just ask yourself this question: could I buy this thing twice, right now, in cash, without panicking? If the answer is no, then you probably can't really afford it.
Okay, on to rule number 4, invest early and regularly. So many people get hung up on this because they think you need a ton of money to start investing. But that's not the key ingredient here. The most powerful force you have on your side is time. Small, consistent investments made over many years can just quietly grow and grow in the background. Don't worry about trying to time the market perfectly. Just focus on being in the market consistently. Now let's talk about defense, because a good financial plan isn't just about growing your money, it's also about protecting it. These next 2 rules are your safety net for all the crazy curveballs life is going to throw your way. Rule number 5 is to keep an emergency fund. And let's be crystal clear about this. This money is not there to make you rich. It's not an investment. Its only job is to sit there and do absolutely nothing until you desperately need it. For a surprise medical bill, a sudden job loss, you name it. It's your buffer against disaster.
And this right here is the whole point. The real return on your emergency fund isn't measured in interest rates. It's measured in peace of mind. Just knowing you have that cushion to handle a crisis without spiraling into debt, well, that feeling is priceless.
This brings us to our final rule, and it really starts with a hard truth. In today's world, relying on just a single source of income is incredibly risky. Think about it. One layoff, one bad quarter at your company, and your entire financial world could be turned upside down. So what's the solution? You guessed it. Earn from more than one source. This is what creates real, genuine security. And it doesn't have to be a whole second job. Whether it's developing a new skill, doing some freelance work on the side, or starting a small project you're passionate about, you're not just earning more money, you're building more doors into your financial house.
So, as we wrap things up here, let's bring it back to that central idea we started with. All of these rules are just tools. Their power depends completely on you, on your habits, and on the choices you make every single day.
Let this one sink in for a second. Money is an amplifier. It doesn't magically change your character. It just reveals the habits and the discipline that you've already built or haven't. And that right there is the most empowering message of all. Because if money just reveals your habits, then you have to remember this. Habits are not set in stone. They are choices. They can be broken, and new ones can be built. You are in control. So really, the key takeaway here is this feeling of agency, of control over your own financial life. I'll leave you with this question to think about. Of all these rules we talked about, which one do you struggle with the most right now? Because being honest with yourself about that, well, that's the first step.